Hello, my name is Mike Eba, and I'm excited to share this with you, the product presentation of Purtier Placenta. Let me begin by introducing to you the company, Riway. Riway is a Singaporean-based company, and it has several awards as to creating this Purtier Placenta. To begin with, let me share with you that it has an award coming from Asia Success Award, which is of super quality, the best placenta live cell therapy. It also has won the Singapore Prestige Brand Award. So before we dig in and dive in into what Purtier Placenta is all about, let me first share with you the bad news about life in general. Top 10 causes of death worldwide. Can you make a guess? Well, number 10 is road accident, followed by tuberculosis. And if you start thinking right now, what do you think is number one cause of death? Here we go. Heart disease. So if we take a look, number one is heart disease, stroke, then respiratory infection, and so on. What is interesting about the number of stem cells in our body? As I mentioned earlier, if you have been watching the news, especially medical articles and or scientific research articles, you'll see tons and tons of articles about stem cells. From the Daily Mirror, Stem Cell Miracle. From Daily Express, arthritis cured by stem cell injection. From Herald Sun, miracle joint fix, again, by stem cells. As a matter of fact, I would ask you, go to YouTube and just simply type in stem cell therapy or stem cell benefits, and you'll find many, many videos, either through research and or testimonies of people who started to take in more stem cells into their body. So if this is so wonderful, then how do we get it? How do we put into our body? Well, there are really several ways. In the decades past, which by the way is very costly, so only the rich and famous usually do this, is a placenta injection that is done in Switzerland. As I mentioned, it's very effective but very, very expensive. Stem cell transplant. Another procedure, but again, it's expensive. It's basically getting the stem cell from a healthy person and then transplanted to your own body. Next one is cord blood banking. Cord blood banking is basically a new procedure where hospitals, not all hospitals yet, but many hospitals today, would tell a new mother that if they would want to have their excess stem cells to be preserved so that it could be used to either the baby or anybody else in the future. So basically, it's a transplant. Then, of course, talking about beauty salons offer stem cell therapy specifically for skin purposes. And that is basically to make women in particular, or even men, to make them look younger. Adult stem cell banking is basically getting a stem cell from a part of your body, let's say your bone marrow, and then transplanted it to other parts of your body that needs it. And then finally, healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle is basically exercising regularly, eating the right food. Then it permits the body to produce more stem cells, which would help the body heal itself. So having said that, let me get back to the product we're trying to introduce here, Purtier Placenta. Purtier Placenta is basically a stem cell therapy. The big difference is that if you remember from the previous slide, it's mostly injectable. This Purtier Placenta is capsulated, it's orally taken, and it's only made possible because of the modern technology that we have today. It goes through a 4-step process, which I will explain one by one. The first one is freeze-drying technology. Freeze-drying technology is basically a technology that will permit a system to be able to preserve the stem cell. By the way, stem cell is a live cell, so it's a living organism. So by permitting it to go through a process called freeze-drying technology, we're able to preserve it bioactive for up to 4 years. The second step is what we call enteric-coated capsulation. Enteric-coated capsulation is the capsule where we have the stem cells is no ordinary capsules. This is where it is able to go through and withstand the stomach acid and bypass it and go straight to our small intestine. Why? Because our small intestine absorbs it a lot more. As a matter of fact, scientists would say it's 3 times more absorbent when it is dissolved in our intestine. Third is nitrogen-filled technology. This is where the capsule itself, they take out the oxygen to prevent it from oxidation, because oxidation basically kills. Imagine slicing an apple. If you slice an apple and just leave it on the table, just after a few minutes, you'll start to see it to be darkening, right? That's because of oxidation. So what they have done is that the capsule where the stem cell is, they took off the oxygen and replaced it with nitrogen instead. And last but not least is emulsion technology. Emulsion technology is where this technology permits the molecules to be absorbed a lot more by the body to the biliary, how do you pronounce this? Kilomicron pathways. So in other words, this 4-step process is what makes Purtier placenta possible today. You can take the benefit of stem cell orally taken. That's wonderful. So this Purtier placenta, as you can see here in my slide, is a stem cell that is taken from a deer. Now you say, Mike, why deer? Well, let me share this with you. Deer placenta is the premium choice. Why so? Number one, it's biocompatible with human. In other words, a stem cell of a deer, once taken by a human, it becomes a human part. It becomes a human organ, a human heart, a human kidney, and so on. And it also does not provoke any allergic reaction. And that's why we have chosen the deer. Deer are used today extensively in Chinese medicine. In Chinese medicine, they are considered to be full of nutritional values from the antler to its tail. So this is the reason, by the way, why even though the company is a Singaporean company, we have it made in New Zealand, because the deer that we are using are from New Zealand. So, having said that, the deer is also known to be a divine beast, because almost every part of it is being used as a medicine today. Now, riway Purtier placenta's main ingredient is the live stem cell. But here's the good news. Today, not only does it have the live stem cell, which is the main ingredient, we also have put in 11 other natural, energy-giving, age-reversing ingredients added to it. In that single capsule, all of this, what you see there, are included in that capsule. I'll have a slide here. If you want to read more about every single ingredient, just pause this and then enlarge it so you can read all of them. I will not go through it one by one, but they are energy-giving and age-reversing ingredients. These are the 7 active precious natural ingredients. But today we have the 6th edition. And in the 6th edition, they've added 4 more new ingredients in it. Polyphenol, nucleoclavem, fucoidan extract, and marine collagen peptides. So in a total, including the stem cell, there are 12 powerful ingredients in that capsule. It's amazing. It's amazing. No wonder it's called a medical science breakthrough. So as I mentioned earlier, the 10 common chronic conditions for adults 65 and over are these 10. I don't know which one you have, maybe hypertension or arthritis and or several more. That's kind of bad news, but the good news is with the stem cell therapy, the possibilities of reversing this, the possibility of healing this is at hand. So no wonder, as you take this, you'll start to discover the magic, if I may use the term, of our body healing itself. Okay, now as to product pricing. As you can see here, there are silver, gold, platinum, and diamond options as far as purchasing. For now, disregard those titles. What's important is that the way you can purchase this is in 4 options. 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 4 bottles, and 7 bottles. Now, why 7 bottles? Their recommended therapy is 6 months long. And the way we are supposed to take it on the first month is double dosage, which means we are going to consume 2 bottles on the first month, and then the next 5 months will be 1 bottle each, which will make it 7 bottles. If you choose to take it for a shorter period, 4 bottles, 2 bottles on the first month, that's double dosage, and then 1 bottle each for the succeeding 2 months. Now, for the silver and gold, 1 and 2 bottles, this is more for people who are simply adding more bottles to what they already have purchased. But otherwise, these are the 4 options. Now, I would like you to take note on pricing. If you see at the price there with the letter S,